Hello, Leo. Hope you guys are keeping well. Thank you for spending your time here. We are going to get you a general reading done today. Just see what comes out for you. We are going to use the Animal Spirit Oracle to get you a message here. Overall theme, we're going to see what energy you're sitting in or what energy you maybe need to embrace a little bit. And then we're going to grab some tarot to see if anything kind of lines up with what we're seeing in your Animal Spirit Oracle card. So with all that being said, please only take it if it resonates. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel recently. I really appreciate it. Hope that these messages help you in some way. So let's see, Leo, what is your Animal Spirit card for today? Let's see, and I'm going to read you the meaning from the book. All right. Leo, we've got rabbit. Okay, so we've got some earth energy. That's Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I'm going to pull up the meaning from the book here and I'll read it out to you. Okay, so Leo, this is perhaps the energy that you're in right now. And the key words for the rabbit is afraid of everything, overwhelmed, and frozen. The rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it so loudly, in fact, that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. Rabbit energy is alive when we are scared, most often about the future, and we become our own worst enemy. We spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain, pardon me, and then complain to others that we are lost. Notice your thoughts and words, O rabbit. They shape your destiny. So when you're in balance of the rabbit spirit, it does talk about being sensitive, a problem solver, and a very good listener. When you're out of balance, it talks about over-explaining, talking too fast. And to bring this energy into balance, it's advising you to have a day of silence. That kind of lines up with your reading that we did recently, talking about needing some space, needing some quiet time for yourself. So let's see what the tarot has to say for you today, Leo, and we'll see if any of this kind of shows up with the tarot cards. I've already pre-shuffled this pretty good. So again, you could be in this energy right now, maybe not using the kindest words or not having the most positive thoughts about your future. Maybe you do have some fears around that. It's telling you to take a day of silence. Let's see. And they say our words, whatever we speak out loud, we kind of manifest it without even realizing. So be mindful of the things that you're telling yourself or the worries that you're thinking of. Okay, Leo, let's see what the tarot has to say for you today. We've got the Three of Wands, so we've got fire energy showing up for you. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Okay, that's you looking into the future. Again, I'm getting this isolation feeling here because it kind of looks like this person's on another planet. You've made a decision here. You've definitely made a choice. The Two of Wands comes before, which talks about expansion, making plans, and you've already made the decision because you're holding that wand. The other two wands are there, so it does talk about waiting to receive something, and it's directly associated with your dreams, your ambitions, things that you're excited about. These two cards fell out. We've got the World. This is a major arcana. This is the very last major arcana in the tarot deck. So yeah, you've left behind a chapter here. You've closed out a cycle, something that, this is very heavy on traveling too, by the way, travel cards. Pardon me. And we've got the Page of Pentacles. There's that new sparkly idea. We saw the Page of Pentacles. Well, we saw the Ace of Pentacles in your last reading, if I'm not mistaken. So you do have a plan in motion. Okay, this is a planning stage. This could be somebody sending you a message of opportunity, but I feel more so that you've made the choice to close out something very difficult. You've successfully ended a chapter. This is your current energy, so you could be currently in the middle of doing that right now. And I feel you taking this opportunity here, making a plan to move forward in your material world. So with the rabbit energy, it's you know, the main key words were afraid of everything, overwhelmed, and frozen. I don't see you in that energy anymore. This is perhaps something that you've been stuck in. You're not frozen here anymore. This is somebody who's moving into the Four of Wands, which talks about celebration, a graduation of your soul, moving to the next level, a big accomplishment. The world is a completion, and it has this beautiful pentacle with a beautiful sunny background. So there's growth here for sure. Bottom of the deck, there's the Four of Swords. That's the healing that you've been doing. Those three swords are on the wall. You've hung up the pain. You've hung up the pain and suffering, the disappointments. The fourth sword is at your foot of the bed. So you could, like I said, be in recovery mode. You could be spending a lot of time sleeping even. Wow, 10 of Swords. Yeah, there's that ending. Whatever you've been overthinking in your mind, this is kind of in the background. This is maybe what people don't see you going through, Leo. This is healing, rejuvenation, taking a time out, being silent, again, telling you to take a day of silence. There's something very, you know, painful here with the 10 of Swords. It does talk about a brutal ending. So you could have experienced betrayal, or this is maybe you betraying yourself. Again, kind of not allowing yourself to take that forward movement, being frozen in fear. There's that 10 of Wands. Wow. So we've got Libra, Gemini, Aquarius with the swords here. And look at this. This is the other end of the cycle, the 10 of Wands. This is your energy here, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. So something that's become too heavy to carry. This is a heavy load that you finally let go of. You're at the end of that cycle, closing out. Tens are the ends of the cycles, okay? So this is something that maybe when you picked up all these responsibilities or all these things that you had to carry, whether it was mental baggage, physical baggage, it became too heavy to carry, okay? And I see you looking for a place to drop those wands down, and you have one wand in your hand. Ironically enough, the Ace of Wands is right there. So you are given a new opportunity here, something that's really going to be exciting for you. This is a new beginning that's going to give you a creative spark or just a zest for life that maybe felt, you know, missing. We've got the Five of Cups. This is focusing on sad, you know, sad events that have occurred, feeling very down, maybe having some regrets, but this is really nice. Let's remember we saw the 10 of Wands. We're going to clarify this stuff now. Let's see. What's this 3 of Wands here for Leo? What is the 3 of Wands? I see you waiting for your ships to come in. That's when you've made the decision to move forward. You've put out intention. Maybe you've sent a message out, or you're waiting to travel. Let's see what the 3 of Wands is. Wow, it came out. You're leaving behind the sadness, the regrets, the disappointments. The 3 cups right there at the bottom are, you know, empty. Those are our emotions. There's 2 cups right behind you that you don't even see. So you have a beautiful future waiting for you. It's just a matter of forgetting about, or not forgetting, but allowing yourself to move on from the spilt milk, as they would say. You know, not allowing yourself to stay stuck in this past energy of regret, sadness, disappointment, feeling like, you know, no matter how much you've given, it's not maybe been good enough in some regards. So I do see you making the conscious choice to leave stuff behind and go in a new direction here. This is something that's going to really allow you to feel free. Okay, so because we have the World card right after that. So you're quite literally stepping into a whole new world with this World card. Let's see, why is the World showing up here for Leo? Again, some of you could be relocating, moving. What's the World card? The Knight of Swords. You're taking action. I feel like you've made a clear decision. This is something that you have thought long and hard about. And I feel like you're gaining the clarity that you've been looking for through this healing, through this review. And with the Rabbit energy here, again, it talks about being afraid of everything. So I feel like you're cutting through that. You're cutting through the fears. You're cutting through the doubts, the self-doubts. You're accepting this ending. You're moving forward, and you're doing it quickly. This is a very fast forward moving energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This is somebody who has made up their mind, and they're fighting through it. You can see this person is yielding the sword at an enemy here. So I feel like if somebody's trying to stop you from moving in this new direction, you're not having it. You're going for it, because this is what you've been fighting for. And the Page of Pentacles is here. You're making a plan to change something in your material world. So you could be moving, you could be buying a new place, renting a new place, buying a car. There's something here in your material world that you are making a plan to move forward with. Could be a new job for some of you. And with the Knight of Swords here, I feel like if you have to be a little bit harsh with some people, it may be necessary, because I feel like you've been put in this energy of the Rabbit where you've been very afraid to express yourself, frozen in fear, having thoughts of self-doubt, regret, maybe like you felt like you weren't worthy of moving on from this Five of Cups. I don't know. There's something here that Spirit is saying, yes, you are. It's a major arcana, the only one on the table here. It's destiny is stepping in to say this cycle needs to close out. What is this Page of Pentacles? Hierophant. This is a new commitment. This is something, Taurus energy, another major arcana. This is something that you believe in. When this opportunity comes in, you make a plan to move forward and commit to it. This talks about tradition, beliefs, spiritual, religious, whatever, but it could talk about marriage as well, or a contract of some kind. There's something here you're committing yourself to, and I feel like it's something that is going to offer stability. It's the seed that's going to be planting a new world for yourself. It's small at this moment, but I feel like you are very wise with the Hierophant here. This is something that you know deep down is the direction you should be moving in. Sorry, let me see if I can try and get all these cards a little bit better on the screen here. So either, you know, you're seeing what you maybe believed in the past a little bit differently. Maybe you've had a new way of looking at commitment, what you commit yourself to, what you consistently invest in, because I feel like something that you invested in here left you in this very, what's the word I'm looking for? Mentally drained, okay, energy, heartbroken, feeling very disappointed. What is this Four of Swords? It is encouraging you to take a day of silence, a day of rest, but don't allow that to slow down your progress to complete a cycle that's been painful for you, and recommit to yourself, to your own destiny, your own future, and reinvest in yourself. Three of Cups. Yeah, you have friends and maybe family members, a few of them, that are there to support you if you need them. I feel like this is a good time for you to reach out after your day of silence or week of silence, whatever it is that you and your body require to heal. Or even if you're in prayer right now looking for guidance, I feel like the Hierophant shows up when we look for that higher power, that advice that we need. So I feel like you are going to receive some sort of message from Spirit or through religious practices. And with the Three of Cups, this talks about finally getting up out of that bed and going out and allowing yourself to have a good time, to feel good again. The Three of Cups talks about celebration, reunion. It could even be, you know, just going out for coffee with 2 or 3 people, but it's a celebration. It's a good time. So I feel like there's a drastic change here that allows you to accept this ending and allow people to maybe help you in some way, emotionally be there for you. Could be 2 family members, 2 feminine energies. It doesn't have to be the case. It is telling you here, right? Like, you don't have to over-explain yourself. That's when that Rabbit is out of balance. You may be over-explaining. Maybe you're exhausted of trying to explain what you've been going through, or you're just tired of talking about it. So I feel like if you are in that energy, you know, don't feel like you have to talk too much or talk too fast. These people, I feel like, will be there to support you with very little said. You know, don't remind your friends that, you know, like it says, that the eagle will someday swoop in and eat them up about the Rabbit. You need to have maybe a bit more of a positive self-talk, perhaps. What is this Ten of Swords? This is an ending that had to happen. It's a painful ending. Feels like a betrayal. What is this Ten of Swords? King of Cups. Yeah, this is something that, again, it could be attached to a King of Cups, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They could have betrayed you in masculine energy. Somebody who, you see that cup is empty, poured out their love. They maybe stopped giving you love. Maybe they've betrayed you in some way, manipulated you emotionally, mentally. If that's not the case, it could be telling me that your cup is empty. This could be you in a masculine energy saying, I've been betrayed time and time again, and I have no more love to give. My cup is empty. So maybe this is a time of healing where you need to start pouring back into yourself. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, the King of Swords. You've made up your mind about something here. This is usually an authority figure, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, somebody who sees the truth now. There's a transformation attached with that butterfly. He's holding the sword of truth. He sees things very clear. He's not allowing anybody to overtalk him, overwalk him, make rules for him. So I feel like you see something differently here in regards to maybe a relationship, love, whatever this is. And I feel like you've either had to cut someone out of your life because they have disrespected you in some way. There's some level of, like, this guy's laughing and you're in this 10 of Swords. So I truly feel like this is someone who's done this to you and they look like they're unbothered. So I feel like you need to give them that cold shoulder here with Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Look at the Justice, Libra showing up here. Yeah, this person either stopped investing in you or they were just very stingy with their time, stingy with their money, stingy with their love. This was not fair for you, okay? And I feel like you're learning that you need to give them a cold shoulder. This person involved other people in your energy, or they just have outside influences that maybe they were hiding. And there's just a level of disrespect. I feel like you felt like you were maybe in quicksand with this person, like things were quickly depleting. You were drowning in some way. Justice is here, Libra energy. Something will be made right, okay? And it's when you use that sword, when you stand up for yourself, when you make a clear, concise decision that you're cutting someone or something out of your life. And if you have to be a little bit cold, you have to be a little bit cold then. Okay, Leo, so that's what I'm seeing for you. I hope that that helped you in some way. Again, just remembering to bring this energy into balance. Be a little bit more sensitive with yourself. Solve those problems yourself, okay? Use that sword to cut through the noise, cut through the issues, but also allow yourself to seek support if you need it, okay? Don't do everything on your own. And, you know, be a good listener as well. If somebody has advice for you, they may, like this Hierophant is usually a card of wisdom, somebody who you go and seek wisdom from, right? Somebody older than you. So you could maybe find yourself, you know, listening to somebody who has some really good advice for you. I hope that helped you, Leo. I will see you guys soon. You take care.